cannabis stress techniques for frosty trichome-rich harvests? Sounds too good, Scotty. Sounds too good. Let's get into this.
Dude Grows is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All our content is legal and complies with YouTube community guidelines. So there.
So we're leading with some. So we're just pulling them in with the trichome-rich harvest.
Hey, man, come on. There's definitely stress techniques that are meant. Trichomes are a stress response. There are definitely stress techniques that improve the quality, man. ISR, SAR. Come on, let's get into it, dude.
Oh, I love when people drop the abbreviations. What about VPD and PPFD, DLI? What do we got?
Yes, they all mean something.
We featured on this show one time. It was like, I don't know if it was a joke, but they said they put two plants. It was like at a mall in like these growth chambers. In one plant, they told everybody to be nice to and give it compliments. And then the other plant, they told people to go over and insult
that one.
And it looked horrible. So I don't know if that's a stress technique in your grow, talking shit to your plants.
God, they were so mean, man. Remember that? They were so mean. The only thing I'm meaner to is my chat bot now. When I'm yelling at chat, I know I got to just calm down for a minute, man.
Yeah, no, I've definitely heard you talking some shiz to Chad there. But before we hop into the grow talk, man, the DGC Cup is coming up, guys. We're at less than a month, about a month from today, June, the first weekend in June. Biggest flower competition out there. We have reached our 70 strains, 70 entries. Everybody can judge. Go to dgccup.com to come on out. Look at how excited Scotty gets.
Grandma, you gotta stop playing that.
It's great. We'll get a new one in 30 days.
That's AI, right?
No.
We had a quick question here from Studio Grows Show. It says, I'm attending the DGC Cup for the first time this year, and I'm from Michigan. So it's a big trip for me. I'm so excited, but I'm very curious about who the vendors will be. I can't figure out who the vendors are. It's right on dgccup.com. I don't have all the vendors listed, man, but it is a huge growers market. There's all kinds of things going on. Let's just say you can expand your genetic library. Canna's going to be there. Shout out AC Infinity. I'm going to have full setup from Cannatrol. For first place winner, Scotty, is getting a Cannatrol in the flower cup so they can grow Nice Guy Kenny style. You know what I'm saying? They can get that. He was so stoked for that last harvest.
Yeah. Nice Guy Kenny did it through and through, though, man. From start to finish. Man, we'll talk about it. Nice Guy Kenny ran so much light, so much PPFD in his grow. It got me to change my mind about DLI. All that you know about DLI is wrong, okay? You know who was right about it? Bugbee, all right? Dr. Bugbee was he was right about it, man. Cannabis can handle crazy amounts of lights. We'll get into it.
Yeah, you want to hook it up, guys. Check them out. Cannatrols /Dude Grows. You're going to get that premium cured flower. All right, let's do this grow talk, man. There we go. That's the one I got, baby. I got one up on you, Scotty. I got the C2. Love it.
That is nice. Hey, can I say hello to Banner real quick? What is up, homeboy? Happy Saturday morning to you.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah, you look like you got the going fishing sign out, man.
Almost.
Grambo, how you living?
Yo, making the show, getting fatter by the minute.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? We're getting you the tapeworm, Grambo.
Oh, I could go.
I'm telling you, you get a good tapeworm, one pill, and you're done.
Bro, give me that tape.
Got the tapeworm. All right, let's do it, man.
All right, let's get into three. There's lots of them, but stress techniques that actually work in your grow.
Yes, you're talking stress techniques for frostier, trichome-rich harvest, man. Yes, High C wrote that, all right, man.
You guys love it's like the words frosty, trichomes, flowers. It used to be back in the day, like the keywords for all the YouTube videos were bigger buds. But that's fading, man. The bigger buds is fading. But let's talk grow, man. First one here I want to get into is a dryback. Dryback, which sounds kind of not fancy, but it's just like watering correctly, right?
Yeah. You know what? No, watering correctly, I think would mean, I guess it depends but it means just leaving a little bit of time between your watering. So it's not always saturated. When the plant's saturated, it doesn't have to reach for water. When you let it dry out a little bit, it has to extend those root tips to look in a little crevasses for water.
Yeah,
Right.
if you give it everything at once all the time, you're not going to expand that rhizosphere and root zone as much. It reminded me even of when I've read studies we featured on the show that plants' roots can hear when they ran an underground water pipe into the root zone when first they did it, that the roots would go for it, which blows my mind. But I agree, man. Try and go ahead.
It just makes me wonder about hydro, or not wonder, but hydro, you can grow a giant plant with a little 6x6 Hugo block root system, but it's being bathed in water or nutrient solution, 12, 15 times a day if you're doing that cyclical irrigation. The reason it is being bathed like that is so it does give a little bit of dryback, but still hydro, you don't need it. You don't need a giant root system so much because it's getting everything it needs.
I mean, beyond expanding your root zone, it'll definitely also help with, maybe if you have fungus gnats, it'll help keep them at bay. If you keep a wet root zone all the time, you might have more pathogens that can come along. So the dryback is also a little bit of insurance. Now in flower, it's a little different, right? We're trying to achieve not expanding the root zone, but getting the flowers frostier, no?
Yeah, there is a stress response. What is it called? Abscisic acid or something like that. Okay. But that is supposedly if you give it, it's a stress response to the plant drying back. Don't forget, in flowering, the plant it knows it's going to die, so it's stressed out. So as it, and the response is to make stinkier trichomes, hopefully to attack some kind of pollinator. So once it starts stressing out, it sends a response up to make more secondary metabolites, more terpenes, more trichomes, more cannabinoids. At least that's the theory.
I am drying back all the time in my grow system to the point where I need to get, an irrigation set up. If you're a straight cocoa grower or cocoa perlite, high performance media, you're going to definitely be dealing with drying back quicker. And it's a great media for it because it's very forgiving with the moisture content in the media in the root zone. So if you're going to really try to push drybacks or multiple dryback, I really like cocoa for it. Or if you're in a living organic soil, they don't like doing full drybacks as much. Can damage the rhizosphere, some of their living organisms. It's not much of a practice.
Yeah, and just be careful with this one, man. If this, all these stress techniques we're going to talk about, they work great by themselves if you're careful and monitor it. Too much stress, man, and then multiple stressors. That can be a big time. That's a big time no-no. Hey, one thing with these stressors, whether it's any of these, timing really does matter and intensity matters. And you don't want to do these, dry back. You don't want to dry back to the point of wilt because that's going to cause damage. You want to dry back right to where the plants look thirsty. The soil is very light. And then you want to
container weight. Again. Easy way to tell.
And then don't stack these. We're going to show you talk about another couple stressors. When you start stacking stressors, it reminds me of like going for a long jog. Today's my long run day. I'm going for 8 miles and I'm also fasting. No.
Yeah. And I'm aware of 30-pound weight on my back in the back. Yeah, I got it.
And it's 100 degrees out. You know what I mean? Just understand these stressors are better when you use them individually. Don't stack them.
I got a comment from executive DGC producer Bang Dog. Guys, check him out over on Real DGC. Says his technique is I dry back with up potting during vegetative growth. The target is increased root mass. I'll dry the root ball until I can lift the plant from the pot easily. If roots cover the surface of the root ball, it's time to transplant to a slightly larger pot. Just for you, Scotty, be sure to sprinkle recharge on the root ball. Fertilize with your favorite source of NPK and repeat. We'll say you water in the recharge. But this sounds like a decent technique.
This is a great technique. I have the nursery in Florida. I'm a member of the Florida Nursery Growers and Landscape Association, dude. And there's a reason why they call them 6-inch pots. They used to be 1 inch or 1 gallons, but 6-inch, 10-inch. I think it's 14-inch after that, 1s, 3s, 5s, 7s, and nurserymen and women will step them up. And they do that because they get a super intense root system, a super compact root system. And then it just has to grow out. It grows out a little bit more. And that's how you get dense roots, man. Bang Dog knows what he's doing. All right.
Nursery people, Scott. It's nursery people.
All right, let's yeah, they are actually. All right. I had one of the DGC bust my chops She's like, some women grow too, boys. And yes, 100% correct. And shout out to Sunny in Backtopia, who is, I just saw her greenhouse, man. Loaded.
Let's go take it to point 2 here. Another stress technique that was brought up by a couple DDC producers is, am I saying this right? Schwazzing? You said Chad Westport has it different.
I hung out with Chad Westport. I was on a show last week. We were just BSing, and he called it schwazzing, definitively, confidently schwazzing.
All right. Schwazzing.
All right. So I'll copy Chad.
You just have done this the most aggressively you've probably done it. Nice Guy Kenny's garden. Break it down. When do we do it?
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's super counterintuitive. We always think of the leaves as solar panels. We think at flowering time that we're not going to be vegging and making a ton of foliage anymore. So you'd want the leaves. This is a technique where on day 1 of flower, the day you flip, you remove all your leaves, and then you wait 3 weeks until it refoliates. And you'd be surprised how fast it'll refoliate. 10, 14 days later, you're done. And then 3 weeks after that, day 21, you defoliate again. And you end up with just these giant buds. The idea is all that energy on day 1 of flower, all that energy gets refocused now to the buds. And then you do it again, and it just sends these signals down to the plant. It's a stress technique. You better make some more buds. And think about it. The leaves are going away. A lot of times a plant thinks it's an animal eating them. So it's got to refoliate to stay alive.
This is spelled SCHWAZZING. If you can find some pictures online of different variations of people doing this, and if you're a newer grower, you should. Even experienced grower, I get fearful of taking this many leaves off. Pro tip, never do this to a stressed plant, a sick plant. Everything should be running really good for your plant's recovery if you're going to be doing this type of schwazzing technique.
What did we just talk about? Don't stack stressors. If your plant's looking sick, you know what I mean? If you just had root issues, if you just had a nutrient deficiency and you got, a magnesium deficiency, you just got it back to looking decent. Yeah, don't stress this thing out. Yeah, don't stack stressors, man.
Yes. I got a comment here, actually. Producer Red Weasel does prefer this method, and he does it 2 weeks after the second topping. I schwazz heavily, taking all the fans not directly attached to the bud sites. So he's leaving some if you're on a bud site. Is that your technique as well?
I've been taking everything off, and this one I've done it like 5 or 6 times. Kenny just did it with no CO2 and a stock Ifinity tent, and they're just spectacular. The results are spectacular. And by the way, man, right. I got caught with this. Man, there are no absolutes with cannabis. All right. We're still learning about stuff, man. No, you have to do it exactly at day 21 because the internet says so. No,
yes,
yes, it's strain dependent.
You only become up with absolutes if you've grown the same strain out a multitude of times and you know exactly what's going to happen clone to clone. But Red Weasel also is taking any stem that's not going to reach canopy off. I like that.
Yep.
I repeat this process at day 21, and this leaves me with little to zero larf, just big old tops. And that's nice for trimming.
Yes, I agree, man. Follow the weasel. By the way,
next point.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we even show that this was a post that we made on realdgc.com? We have been doing that lately. This is 3 stress techniques that actually work.
On realdgc.com, anybody, all the members, you can help build out these shows. We love the Grow Talk. You just click on the top banner that's there every week, and all the grow questions are there for the next week's show. And that's where we're getting a lot of this content from. So thank you, DGC.
Yeah, this isn't members only. Anyone on realdgc.com can participate.
Yeah, I'm saying anybody. Yes. Yeah, anybody that is a member, free member, producer over there.
Yes.
You're all part of the community. All right.
Hey, real quick, I'm so sorry to say, but it's pretty cool. The new schedule, man, doing the Wednesday lives. They have been fun. And so thanks everybody for rolling with it.
Heck yeah. Wednesday live, realdgc.com. Next point.
Yes, sir.
Lighting. I kind of disagreed with Scotty on this one. I'm like, is lighting really a technique for like a stressor to give, just turn your light up? It sounds too simple. Like, break it down a little.
I mean, light is, don't we talk about trichomes being a stress response? That there's sunscreen for the plant. The plant's making all this light, and that light can be damaging to the leaf, so that the plant is making these trichomes. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's too much light, you can
get in there. All right.
I haven't seen in a long time where actually your leaves get light damage, like bleaching. I've seen buds that get too close to light for sure. They can turn white and bleach out. That's because they're getting way too much light. Leaf tacoing can be another sign, but how can we use it benefit?
Grambo, hold the phone, man. Hold the phone. I just burnt my plants, man. 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I brought them in from solo cups. They were in solo cups, getting maybe 350 ppfd in my clone area. I brought them into the grow. They looked so good. Giant 15-inch solo cups. And I put them in, dialed the lights up to, I think it was 650 ppfd. That don't sound that bad.
No.
Dude, half of them are, and it is strain dependent. The guava gators love it. The emergency, they hurting a little bit,
I mean, 650 ppfd isn't that bad, but it depends also on any ppfd number, how close your canopy is to the actual diodes. Is it 12 inches? Is it 18 inches? Is it 6 inches?
Well, that would determine your ppfd, man. It's the distance.
Yeah, yes. Make sure I agree.
The problem is how much you crank it up, how fast. If you bring them from 300 ppfd to 650 ppfd in 4 minutes, you know what I mean? They will shock. You got to slowly turn that stuff up, man.
I'll give one more tip here. This is kind of like a bonus tip on lighting that I like. This is from Red Weasel as well. What's up? It says, my light schedule is another stress. I start running UVA. Now, we talk about UVB a lot on the show, but let's hear it from the grower. I start running UVA pulses during the second week of flower at 1 minute per hour during the middle 8 hours of the photo period. Follow me? It says I increase pulses by 1 minute per week, maxing at 7 minutes per hour. So he's running that UVA 7 minutes per hour. He gradually is increasing it, which is a good idea, even with UVB as well. The gradual increase in pulse timing allows the plants to adapt to the harsh wavelength instead of blasting them right out of the gate, reducing burn risk while still contributing to trichome response. So UVA and UVB is the one that I have encouraged people to mess with if they're running the same strain and they can see results off of the plant when they know what it's going to do. I'm a fan. There's been plenty of growers that have given it thumbs up.
I bumped my head on the UVB lights a couple days ago. I have them actually mounted to one of my lights because I was going to do the experiments. But man, it is so hard. That's what I'm saying. I'm learning that there is so little real research done on these plants, that if I want to know if UVA or UVB works, man, I am not fine. And then, by the way, does it work on my strains? Does it work on hemp? It's so different, man. So yeah, I think for now, we just have to talk to growers, and hopefully Red Weasel is running half his room with UVA and half his room without, or has run that strain a bunch without UV, and now is going to see if there's any difference. But man, it is tough when everything's just anecdotal.
Totally agree. I mean, I've read 2 studies, Scott. I've looked at 2 white papers, and it was basically the conclusion was just that. It is strain dependent. The cool thing with UVB and UVA, they're low wattage. They're pretty affordable to implement into your grow and do your own experiments with without feeling like you wasted a bunch of money. So,
can I ask you a question? What were those white papers? Who published them? And then how were they done? We have no idea. You know what I mean? I'm just like, DLI is this much. I have no idea. I can find 0 credible studies of why DLI is 50 without CO2 and 65 with.
All right, we're going to come make my own dude papers coming at you. I think we're good, guys. As we said, don't stack stressors. Don't stress sick plants. Don't stress plants in an environment that's not great. Make sure everything's running real good. You have very happy, healthy plants if you're doing any type of stressors to get positive response.
Agreed, sir.
Let us know in the comments what you dig on. Some of the producers also were mentioning that they dug on insect frass. There's the biostressors as well. I want to hear some more. I want to hear some comments from what you're using for positive stress technique.
Why is ISR induced systemic resistance, and what is SAR, systemic acquired response? Why are they so similar? Can't we just merge them two together? One is by insects actually attacking, and the other is bacteria and fungi, pathogens attacking it. But it's both these stress techniques, and they will increase your end quality if you can do them right. You freak the plant out.
Yes, don't freak the plant out. And please, lastly, does anybody talk shit to their plants and get any positive stress response in the garden? Be like, that buddy ain't good enough. Come on. Give me some comments below. All right. Before we move on, let's take it. Growers, listen up. I want you to save money in your growing use DGC vetted gear from our community, Real DGC, stuff Scotty uses, I uses, Grambo uses, and they're all at realdgc.com/deals. All the coupon codes are listed over here. Shop for your grow. And today I want to feature AC Ifinity, man. Their complete kits are a no-brainer. Whether you have I just had somebody buy 2 for one of their friends that were getting into grow, and they're all going to network on sharing genetics. One's going to do veg, but these kits have everything you need to grow. Only thing else you need is to put some media in there. And we're not talking about like back in the day when the kits were crap and they charge you thousands of dollars. This is top-notch gear. High quality LEDs, fans, trellis, containers, everything you need. What's up, Scotty?
Grambo, what's the 4x8 cost, man? This is exactly AC Infinity sent us a 4x8. That's what nice guy Kenny grew in. And dude, I had stock lights, everything was whatever it comes with, and just pounds and pounds out of it, man. I mean, out of a 4x8, no CO2. No gimmicks, additional bottles, recharge, grow dots, real buckets, and blammo, baby. It's all good, but yeah, it's not that expensive, man.
Yeah, code Dude Grows over there at acinfinity.com will save you on their entire catalog. And Scotty, just to clarify, when Scotty says no CO2, he's using ambient CO2. I believe Nice Guy Kenny grows in a basement, and that's where the furnace is as well. So he might be benefiting from some ambient CO2 from the furnace running. And he's definitely doing air exchange. So just don't want to think no CO2. Scared me.
Yeah. That's O2, by the way. That's carbon monoxide, which good for your plants, not so good for. No, I'm just kidding, man. Really? That's CO2 from the hot water heater and stuff? Yeah.
It depends. I mean, my hot water heater I ran in one basement grow had a pilot light that would always be running. And it stayed like 700 down there. CO2 is heavier than there. It's not going to go upstairs. So typically maybe you have some falling from the upstairs if you have a very active family. I'm not positive, but basements tend to have a little bit more, especially if there's utility rooms.
Heavier than air. You got it, man. You got it. What's going on YouTube, Grambo? What you been up to?
Everything.
So much. Trying to dodge those YouTube police, but I was burned out after 420. So this week I wanted to sit down and just have a nice, relaxing conversation with a bro. And it don't get more broy than JR Token.
Nope. I was hanging out talking to him as well, man. Dude, you know what I called him? I asked him if he had any more of that stuffed cherry gelato.
Yes.
Dude, he hooked a brother up. And oh my God, just the dankest stuff. I got to watch my words, but I think he's got a project Z Pie. He's loving this Z Pie, and him and
we're
Brad.
all loving it. Yeah. It's from Brad over at Raw.
I know.
Is it at Raw, Scott?
Dude, he told me because I'm talking to JR. Me, JR, Brad, we're all friendly. And he goes, no, Brad is now Zakiki Gardens. And I go, what'd you say? How do you say it? Anybody?
I'm not sure.
Zikagi Gardens.
From the Wishi, we all know he's very into Japanese culture.
Yes, I know.
So,
Raw. Do you know how good of a name Raw is? I can spell it. I can spell it backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe it means follow the path.
Follow the path. Anyway, shout out to your brother. He knows what he's doing. LA is very trendy. He gets it. But shout out to you, Brett.
I guess it dates me. When I hear the word raw, I think of Eddie Murphy. Just dates me, I suppose.
Oh, good stuff.
Yes, sir.
What about the rolling papers guy, man?
Love it. Love those guys.
Not as much.
I mean, we love all things raw. Vasectomies. We love it.
Sushi.
God.
Take it. Hey. What do you got, Scotty? Scotty Real 420. What's up?
You know what I did? What did I do one on, man? Hang on. Oh, stop believing these grow myths, these 3 grow myths if you want better buds. And man, one of them was more plants does not equal more yield. And dude, I remember thinking, how many plants can I shove in, a 4x4 or whatever? All the leaves are laying on each other. They're just growing big, tall, skinny plants. Look at that guy, man.
So you said more plants doesn't equal more yield. I mean, I'll give you an equation. So let's say I have a 4x4 and I'm going to grow one 30-gallon plant. I'm going to trellis it wall to wall. It's going to take me quite a long veg. Or in that 4x4, I'm going to grow, I don't know, off the top of my head, 23 2-gallons. You know what I'm saying? Same like volume, but a bunch of smaller. I'm going to get, I believe, more yield off of my style.
Out of your big one? It depends. That's what I'm saying, man. It really depends. There's a sweet spot to it. For a 4x4, if you're going to put 3 or 4 plants in there, that's good. They might not look big when you put them in the solo cups, and they're this big, but they're going to fill up and they're going to start growing into each other, which is okay. If you've got 3 or 4 plants that you're hanging out and training, that's okay. If you have 12 plants. That's why I had to ask JR for the Z Pie and stuffed cherry gelato. I had 10 strains in a tiny little, what is my veg, 2 foot by 6 foot. I could jam them in there, but it was going to start causing problems. When leaves are laying on each other, that's when you get microclimates. Yeah. That's when you get powdery mildew. The plants can sense, if they can hear water, they can feel when another leaf is bumping up against them, right?
It's a huge mistake for beginner growers. You get eager and you forget how big these plants can get, especially if you're not good at training, topping, tying down, all that jazz. So, you
don't want to log jam them in.
Hey, you can't have that. Once they see in Kansas, they don't go back.
Dude, I get to see what's on Grambo's screen, which means I kind of get to see what's in his mind.
I hate that. I try to hide it from Scott to not ruin the punchline.
Damn, man. Come on. What's the punchline? That is why they called me. I'm an expert.
Yes. I'm an expert in minor cable.
I am an expert.
I will say, before we get to DGC Grow Talk, if anybody's curious, I've been without internet for almost 2 days now, so I'm using cell phone service.
We really should have addressed why dude is in the middle of the woods today.
Why does it look great? I mean, he's on his phone and it looks as good as these cameras.
Because we blinded him with light. The light on him.
Yes, if you see my eyes looking around, this is why. But I like being outside. We were hoping that we might get some bear action or something. That would be so dope. We could make like a viral video or something. But let's take it back to what's going on DGC Grow Talk. We were talking about nutrient deficiencies, Scotty. Nutrient deficiencies and Shade Tree Prospector had a good point here, man. Says the worst nutrient deficiency I've had was when I experienced an uncalibrated pH meter. And for not all growers are using pH meters, but man, if you are, and this just talks about pH as well, pH can be a huge reason you're hitting deficiencies. I've been there when I relied on pH meters in hydroponic style growing and it wasn't calibrating right. And then it doesn't take long to F up your grow, especially in hydro when your pH is off.
Yeah, hydro, you got no buffer. Absolutely not. That pH better be perfect if you're going to get that nutrient absorbed. And man, pH pens were a pain. Remember, you had to leave them and you had to leave them in like neutral, neutral pH fluid.
Yeah.
And then you had to dial in. You had to make it 4 pH and make sure that it read 4. And then what was it, 7 or something like that?
There's 3, but usually we'd all use 7.
Pain in the butt, man. And by the way, measuring pH from runoff or what's going on in your soil, man, that is not indicative of what is going on where the roots are meeting the soil and meeting the nutrients. That is the rhizosphere, and hopefully you've got your roots covered in bacteria. Those are the facilitators. They can make their own pH. So I worry about my pH in the rhizosphere.
Hey, Ray J says, I suck at diagnosing nutrient deficiencies, so I don't have any.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. All right.
Just don't overthink it, man. These plants aren't difficult. Just don't overthink it. Don't overwater. Consider your environment. If you don't have a good environment, that plant can't suck up those nutrients and use them. So yeah, there's a lot more to it, dude.
Yeah, guys, check out. That is on our DGC Grow Talk channel. We also are releasing, if you don't have time to watch these whole episodes, we have some cuts of bite-sized good Grow Talk over there. Some information, some actually episodes you probably haven't seen that we're doing from our show that we do every Wednesday now on Real DGC, the show where we can do whatever we want every Wednesday, 4:20 Mountain Time. We're taking some clips from that and putting them over on YouTube. So come join us on Real DGC. It's free. If you catch the live show, it's free. Producers, you get all the replays. Just go click on the producer tab at the top of the site. You'll see everything you guys get.
Hell yeah. Hey, man, I was on Chad Westport's show. Shout out to Chad Westport.
Sweet.
Oh, what a cool guy. Man, we're supposed to talk about the DGC Cup, which we did, but we ended up just hanging out and BSing for a little
Well, I'm sure that
for a while.
Chad Westport would say that the DGC Cup is no joke.
Ooh.
If you want to smoke.
Man, you know what?
He's
I was
killing it right now. Shout out to you, Chad.
This was Saturday, okay? And Saturday morning, I wake up and I say to my wife, we're getting dressed and ready to go out, and she's ready to go do her thing. And I go, man, you know what's weird about waking up? Is every morning, save Sunday, I wake up and I got to see if I was wrong about something. I wake up and I go, shit, was that? And dude, sure enough, it doesn't happen a ton, but it definitely happens. Sure enough, I open the Saturday morning show, read the comments, and Scotty was wrong. And multiple people were glad to tell me. And here you go. It says, y'all are wrong. First off, not all strains need a minimum of 12 hours of darkness to flower. I take my light time down 30 minutes every 2 to 3 days, and plants start flowering at different times. I usually have 6 plants of all different strains. Some start around 15, some start around 14, 13, 12. But I don't know. The science behind what I read is this is normal for people growing so long. I can't believe you don't know that. Shame.
I mean,
I only grow 8. Yes, sorry.
The plant's recognizing the reduction in light cycle, 30 minutes every 2 to 3 days. I've thought about doing this as a grow technique on the indoor grow. That's what nature does. Nature surely doesn't just go from 18 to 12, 12. But as indoor growers, I think we're going to achieve flowering a lot quicker just by that drastic hit instead of 30 minutes every 2 to 3 days. Don.
Chicharron. 420. Hey, okay, so I was wrong, definitely. The Ken Hodge Show. Once a plant starts getting less than 15 hours of light, it will start to flower. Thank you. 3 bad Bostons. Scotty, you're wrong about the 12 hours of darkness. You take a plant that's been growing 18.6, put it in the sunlight on June 22nd. You'd have about 14 hours of sunlight, and it'll flower immediately by August 22nd. Puffy grows. I've been growing my own for about 10 years and still learning with each harvest. Anytime you think you know it all is when you learn something new. Remember, there's 100 different ways to screw up, and you will always learn some of them. Thank you, Puppy Grows. That is, remember we used to say learning in public? Man, I do my best to try to learn before I show up for the show. And man, this really did set me like in a thought. I just sat there and thought for a while. I'm like, what am I doing giving absolutes for stuff? 12, because cannabis is a plant and it's cannabis sativa, and there's all these plants from all these different parts of the world, and they've been hybridized so much, and I only grow indoors. So how the hell am I qualified to tell people exactly when it flowers?
Are you pro, dude?
Am I pro? Are you professional?
Yes.
Who's that, Grambo?
Dude, that's our man.
Christian Bale, man.
For you.
Are you professional?
Oh, dude.
I don't mind being wrong.
Grambo's a comedian, but I was out the other day at the lake and somebody paddled by on an inflatable shitty kayak and it said pro whatever brand. And then you'll see on cars, I got the pro edition. They use the word pro to market so hard. I get it. I guess it makes it feel good when you got the pro edition, you're qualified.
Grambo, were you too young? Back in the day, I got Pro Keds, and they came you got a cattle out from school. They were $8. Maybe the good ones were $11.
Pro Keds,
yeah. Yeah, I just wanted Nikes. I just wanted something from the mall, Grambo, something from the mall.
But also to cover your guys' butt, you mentioned how you used to always talk a lot about just learning in public. Yes. Another thing you guys used to always say is strain dependent. The idea that in this breeding zoo that we've created of cannabis, other than orchids, potentially one of the most audacious breeding projects in human history, strain dependent, cultivar dependent is you can't account some things. I bet you 12 is the absolute for that.
Yes. Really? You're telling me one from the Kush Mountains isn't the same as one from the island of Maui, sir?
Yeah, man. Is that Maui?
Oh, this just in the DGC Cup 2026 is now the pro edition, by the way. You missed this one. You're not pro at all.
It's okay to be wrong, everybody. Puppy Grows, thank you so much. You're 100% right. Keep learning, keep breaking stuff. Yeah. Good stuff.
And Sicko will be out there taking care of beards out there. So come hang out. DGC. It's in a month, you guys. Oh my God. I'm freaking out.
Oh, stop it. I gotta go. I got shit to do.
I'm freaking out.
All right. Nice. Yes. We a party. All right. This was on the Real DGC post. We got some DGC helping about if it's not THC percentage, what actually makes good weed, man. And there's a lot more to it. Scotty, you did a little deep dive on this one.
I mean, we all know about the entourage effect, right? THC is a cannabinoid, right? THC, yes. Delta 9 THC, what do they got? Delta 8, Delta 10, THCO, THCV. Come on, Grambo, you got one?
I mean, it all starts as CBGA and then diverts from there to everything.
So all these are cannabinoids. They all have slightly different effects. And then there's terpenes, too. The combination of all the cannabinoids blended together and all the terpenes blended together give you your high.
Did you not say CBD, Scotty? I don't think anybody. I'm the only one that brings CBD into the conversation.
CBD, CBN, CBG.
One of the things I would always bring up when I was a bud tender back in the day, people would come in, they'd say, well, I only smoke sativas. And I'd say, well, there's no such thing as a sativa molecule. What you're actually experiencing is a complex blend of terpenes, cannabinoids, THC.
You know what? I find like sativa dominance more like limonene. You know what I mean? Because no, seriously, I did a deep dive on terpenes. Limonene, which is lemony, that's your citrus, correct?
Yes.
Interacts with serotonin receptors, the same system targeted by antidepressants. That's maybe why citrusy strains feel uplifting and mood elevating. Granted, might be an oversimplification. How about myrcene? That's that musty kind of smell, right? Increases cell membrane permeability, enhancing cannabinoid uptake. That couch lock feeling people attribute to indica is almost certainly myrcene expression, not genetics. That's true.
I like
THC is THC, man, right?
I didn't know here from your notes that terpenes aren't just creating aroma; they're pharmacologically, did I nail that? Pharmacologically,
yeah.
Is that right? Active? Dear
yes.
God.
Yeah, meaning so yes, sir.
They cross into your bloodstream, which is new to me. Cross the blood-brain barrier and interact with your body systems in ways that directly modify the cannabis experience. Now, I agree with this in the sense terpenes, don't forget, it's not just weed. Like my mother used to use essential oils for dizzy spells.
Oh, yeah.
There's all types of essential oil therapy, and that's a terpene experience. That's helping you out. So this is just as important, you say, or more important than THC percentage?
Yeah, I mean, put it this way. We've all, smoked something that was 100% THC distillate, right? We've all smoked distillate with fake terpenes or whatever the heck they put in the, cheap vape carts. It don't work so good,
so Scott,
right?
So that's a pet for me. Yeah, exactly. When I went to Tennessee Prohibition land, I had a THC pen, only THC in there. It was strong percentage, 50% plus. It made me feel like racy for a minute, kind of like not like toke in a bowl. It definitely didn't. It's missing out that whole entourage effect.
Dude, our friend, we have a friend, her name is Tara, and she was down in Florida, and she gave me an angry phone call. The weed down here is horrible. And she is not a heavy consumer. One of my wife's friends, she's a very casual smoker, but she was down in Florida, wanted to get some weed, went to a dispensary, which I don't think it was real weed. I think it was like Delta 8 or THCO.
Yeah.
And then this girl knows better too. And she was like, yeah, I even bought the stuff that said it was sprayed with something extra on there. And she's like, it barely gives you like an eyeball buzz, man. Yeah.
Spray
bad,
terps.
though.
No spray terps.
She paid extra. Hey, you were just talking about, like, how people use lavender? Well, what is lavender? It's linalool, right? And linalool is a terpene that is in some strains. So there are strains that have a calming effect on you, right? Could be the linalool, sir.
Yeah, I'm digging a little deeper here. I see that this aroma is coming from, which I haven't heard this term. Is it thiols?
Thiols.
You know what, man? Yeah,
esters, thiols, and terpenes actually are what combine. Flavonoids have nothing to do with flavor. It's a weird naming convention.
Yeah, thiols are some shout out to Rob, Cannabis Lifestyle TV. I caught one of his videos on thiols, and it was really interesting. They're these sulfur compounds that are, literally in the parts per billion, but they stink, man, and they give cannabis that pungent odor,
that
right?
Funk and skunk sort of comes from is the thiols.
Yes, and Grambo, shout out to you, man. You really have become a very educated, smart cannabis guy, man. All right.
It's so fun. I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
You're equally geeky as me. It's just when there's a why, you go, why does that happen?
Yes.
And next thing you know, you're in quantum mechanics.
I do like chat because I can go, hey, why is myrcene, whatever? And then it'll tell me some scientific answer. And I go, hey, sorry, I wasn't listening. Can you say it again? And then I go, hey, I don't get it. Can you say it like a fifth grader?
You're right. You don't get it. Let's explain to you.
Man, but that entourage effect is, I got proof for you that it's real. Remember all the medicines that they used to come out with? What was the one? Marinol was the THC pill back in the day. Didn't do.
They still try to prescribe that. They tried to prescribe it to my mom.
Yeah, really
crazy.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Oh my God. I hung out with my mother-in-law yesterday, and shout out to Jeff Chef. He, magically we get these cookies and she just loves them. And now I show up places and she's ripped, man, ripped. She'll be the first one that's like, yo, let's go outside. You got that one? But anyway, she had a lung infection a couple of months ago, so she can't smoke. Thank you, Jeff, for those cookies. And she's like, I really miss the smoking part, though. That buzz, there is a different buzz, and that is your liver processes the cannabinoids. It just processes the THC and doesn't process all those terpenes, so you don't get the entourage effect. Grandpa, am I wrong on that, man?
I don't know. I think there's weird science going on in the liver. Dr. God damn it. I can't believe I'm
Riley Kirk.
Dr. Riley Kirk is a great resource. See, us cannabis.
Are you sure? She seems like a Joe Rogan person.
Oh, maybe I just have eyes. Congratulations on your marriage.
Anyway, man, I thought it was interesting. There are some good comments. This came from post over on Real.
Well, I like your other two on here quickly. You had Epidiolex and Sativex, and those are also two funny names from pharma. They're trying to isolate things, and they're not getting the same results. As just again, this proves why the entourage effect works. So
agreed.
Comments, yeah, man. We had a comment. Associate producer Angus 420, what's up? Says, I remember.
That's good.
Grambo, come on.
Me and Kyle are trying to start a show.
You wanted to be the guy from Entourage.
Me and Kyle are starting a show called The Entourage Effect.
Which one do you want to be, Grambo?
I want to be, well, I guess I'm drama.
I knew you were going to pick that.
Because Kyle is for sure. He's the main star.
Yeah. I missed it, man. I'll have to go watch it. Right after Breaking Bad, I'm going to watch Entourage. Okay?
You're Ari, just so you know.
I already know.
All right, associate producer Angus 420 says, I remember when the dispensaries first opened around here, and that was when I learned about the percentage. I chased the hype, but was never happy. It wasn't until I had some of the plants I grew, tested, I realized that numbers didn't matter. I had 5 buds off the same plant tested and got 5 different results within 4% of each other, but none of them were over 20%. At that moment, I realized the number didn't matter. I could probably test every bud off that plant and get different results. I started chasing terps and flavor and haven't looked back since. I have no clue what percentage of my buds are tested now, but I do know they smell and taste good and they get me high as fuck.
Spoken like a real goddamn grower, baby.
Man, that's the thing is you can't trust these THC tests. First off, the laboratories want to give you a high number. So if you find an honest lab, you're going to be bummed out. If you find a lab that plays the game, and then you're going to be loving it and using them. And then it's by dry weight. So think about it. If you take the little tiniest tip off the bud and then dry it incredibly dry and then give it to them. Yeah, there's your percentage by weight, So there's dirty tricks. I don't trust the THC percentage at all.
I like this Gandalf Stash comment. Gandalf Stash.
Yes.
Says, I'm from old school. I loved the effects that worked and find that today is lacking in that mellow stone. I think high THC actually works against your system. I feel that in the case, it's the chase for that fire that we've left out what actually makes it fire. Breeding out the CBD nearly entirely, it makes me wonder. And a lot of strains have bred out the CBD. And when I smoke a high 20% strain with no or next to no CBD, I think it does work against my system for me in the sense that I will get a little bit more racy. Sometimes I'll get paranoid high. Other times, and like lately, if you guys know the show, I've been growing, I grew out a bunch of CBD and I'm mixing all my shit 50-50. I'm really digging on it. 50% CBD flower, no THC, with 50% higher THC flower, probably 15 to 20%. So I agree with you, Gandalf Stash. Bring the CBD back, Scotty.
Hey, you know what I learned in my research is the cannabis receptors. I think they're called CB1 receptors. But man, you know, you can wipe them clean in 48 hours. So if you want to get like high school high, just don't smoke for 2 days, man.
Don't make me pull out that product, Scott.
Right? Yeah, where is it? I still have it, man. It's supposed to wipe your.
There's a product that increases your or removes your tolerance. Yeah.
Undo.
We haven't taken it.
Give me the undo, man. You don't need the undo.
All right. Let us know in the comments, man. Do you like, are you a CBD hater like Scotty? Can I label you a CBD hater? What do you guys think about high percentage? You need the entourage effect, but I'm curious what you guys are token on. Do you need to test your own? I've never really tested my own either. So, you know, is it worth it if you just know you're growing the dank? Probably not. Give me some
know what gets you high. You know, I had 3 different strains. I was like, dude, I love this buzz. Man, I tell you, honestly, the Moose X is so frosty. I love it. It tastes great. It looks great. It makes me dumb to the point where I'm all like, weed is weed. I deliberately took a bud out of this, was going to roll a joint, and it was like, no, I have to go out and be around people. And I smoked a different strain, man. Yeah, I smoked the Z-Pie instead. So, yeah, I don't need a laboratory to tell me that.
All right, moving on. I have to shout out some DDC producers, Scotty.
Yeah.
You know, taking advantage of the member benefits, catching the replays, and just making this show happen. It's our 10th year, keeping Grambo on the boards. We got Banner, always working hard, keeping the site going. So I appreciate respect to DDC producers like 10K LG. Anything? Do you get anything from that, Scotty? 10K LG?
Yeah, that's 10K, man. 10 kilos. Large, man. Large.
Okay.
10 kilos of large ganja.
Yeah.
What's up, Hungry? What's up, Hungry? Appreciate you, DGC and OG DGC. See you at the cup. Fly High 89. How's it going, man?
Absolutely. Hey, Hungry, isn't that where we're going to get our hair transplants, Grambo?
Yes.
Yeah, they won't leave me alone.
It's really good. My head is hungry for hair.
You know what, man? How about JP page 2, Utah? Make it 2.
I like it.
As well.
And Half Baked Ben. What is up, Half Baked Ben? I feel like we'd get along just fine.
You're gonna be full baked, Ben, when we get done with it.
Yeah, I'm straight, man. Where is Shep Hashman? Where is Shep Hashman?
What's up?
Paging Chef Hashman.
Yeah. Hey, these are a lot of new producers here. Thank you so much for supporting what we do. It is huge. It keeps us going.
Definitely, guys. You can check out all your producer benefits right at the top of realddc.com when you're logged in. We got a Canna cultivation kit going right now, hooking up some Canna Start, some Canna Rizzo, as well as some. You can see.
Those things.
You have to tell me when it's giveaways and when shit just shows up at the at the hangar, because we grabbed these, man. Me and Bat, all of a sudden a bunch of clone stuff showed up. Yeah, it was all up for grabs, man. So
it's a great program. It's their start program. You do little Rizzo, little Canna Start, the rooting plugs, and you're off to the freaking races.
Yeah.
Producers, just go to that producers tab. You'll see whatever we're giving away. We're hooking up shiz every month for you. Don't forget, you get 30% off Real Growers. Coupon codes are listed there as well, which is huge, man. Get your complete growing system, recharge, grow dots, the Real buckets. And off to the races with that. 15% off. We never produce. We're horrible at our merch, Scotty. We do have merch. We're actually getting new hats as well. That's at realdbc.com. grambo.com/shop. Grambo's wearing one of our hoodies right now, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
I forget that I'm
my hat
wearing
on,
it.
too.
It's like my daily driver.
Oh, that's the wrong hat.
When do I start? We'll have to start with the hat soon, guys, man. I'm going to be the baseball cap.
All right.
Don't do it.
Thank you.
All you bald guys, just
Thank you.
Don't do it.
DGC producers, it's huge. $10 a month means the world to making this show happen. Let's get into it, man.
wait.
Let's do a fall Prohibition report.
I'm so sorry, but real quick, we should let them know one of the biggest benefits is all the producers, that Wednesday live show we do, that is live for absolutely everybody over at realdgc.com/TV. Check it out Wednesday at 4:20. And then after that, the producers get access to all the archives. If you couldn't get in or if you just weren't around Wednesday at 4:20, it's a producers only benefit. It's something we're doing to try to show our appreciation.
Right on, right on. All right, let's take it to a little bit of fall of Prohibition. Well, as I always say, I wish we weren't doing this segment anymore. It'd be celebration of descheduling will be the segment I want to do. But let's do this.
Dude, I feel like the way that Schedule 3 is happening and these giant corporations that are grabbing at the cannabis industry is going to affect our growers' rights. There's a lot, we don't have a federal law written yet, and you've got people that are only motivated to sell you cannabis at their stores for whatever price they determine. And they don't want growers. They don't want home growers, right?
So, I mean, just to bring us up to speed, tell me if I'm right. It's been quite a while now since the current, leader, the current dude, said, hey, let's reschedule this. And then months and months and months and months and months went by. And then something recently, the past few weeks, did an executive order, I believe, or something. So it's trying to move it along quicker, which doesn't, so really as a home grower, if you're in a state where you can recreationally grow at home, you're in the same position as you were before. It's still looked at as a Scheduled 1. Your state, of course, says it's okay. But if the feds chose to show up on a grow tent at your house, you'd be growing a Schedule 1 substance. You would be in trouble on the federal level. They're not doing that. I think, Scotty, this will affect home growers. Hold on. If you're in a state and there's still a lot that don't allow any rec grow, I think it's less likely they're going to allow rec grow after this. Go ahead.
Don't even show it, man. Don't even show it. Yes. Me and dude were talking. He's like, the cat's out of the bag on this one. And I'm like, maybe you get in a fight with your girlfriend. And I know it happened to somebody that I know. They got in a fight with their girlfriend. The police showed up and they had a grow tent. And maybe they also had a gun, which isn't that weird, licensed gun. And they got charged for, they were going to get a 5-year minimum mandatory for it, man.
Wow. Yeah, I feel you. So what's behind this? I mean, break it down as far as what's changing. Like I said, as far as what's this coming in, it's some worries with big pharma.
Yeah, what's changing is the people that are behind this and what their motivations are. Grambo?
Yes.
Have you met Kim Rivers yet?
Well, she's the cannabis whisperer.
Yes. Meet the cannabis industry's Trump whisperer. Remember we said she's the one that got the autographed hat and pen when Trump decided.
She so looks like she does not belong in there. That is so obvious.
She has been photoshopped into that.
They put vampire. They put a little bit of her incisors. They extended, didn't they? Look, it's a bummer because this is the girl. She is head of True Leaf, which is, I think they get like 60% of the business in Florida. And the way they did it, man, Florida has, I think, 10, 15 licensed dispenser or licensed facilities because it's a seed to sale state. You have to have enough money to be able to have your own grow facilities, extraction facilities, retail facilities, and all that. You need to have deep pockets and deep political connections, which she has.
Yeah, and this is not only there. I mean, I can see where, where the big business is coming in. There was recently a story out of Missouri, which has an awesome grow scene. We've been there to an event, but they are... There's companies that are coming in and conglomerating all the dispensaries together under a certain umbrella and trying to navigate the rules with the big money. But I mean, And I can see it's obviously in the interest. We know the cannabis plant's very giving. It's very, I say, very easy to grow. It's pretty damn easy to grow with all the information out there today and the way how far genetics have come. And you can literally grow quite a bit for somebody like me that consumes a gram a day. My 2/10 setup takes care of all of my needs, more than all of my needs. Just with 2/10, you don't need, like back in the day, you might have had to have gotten a sub panel, more power for running 1,000-watt lights. The LEDs are super easy these days. So I can see them being threatened, but I don't know what are they going to do.
The girl I just told you about that got crappy weed in Florida? She has my weed at her house, meaning that like when people come over, I go, hey, let me give you a handful of weed, man. And I give them a handful. The worst problem I got is I don't have any jars. You know what I mean? Like I ran out of jars. But yes, you can you can keep a lot of people from needing to go to the dispensary out of a 4x4 or a 4x8. And that's what they're worried about. So they won't tell you they're anti-home grow, although the Prohibition, they spent like, I think it was $11 million, and I might be wrong on that. I know that just this year they gave, to anti-cannabis lobbyists or lobby groups. They had that Smart and Safe Florida, and they didn't go out and say, dude, we can't have home grows. Home grows are bad. What they said instead is, hey, we have to really watch our supply chain here. We have to make sure that people aren't putting fentanyl in their weed and that people aren't selling it to kids at school. That guy's contaminated weed. So that was the kind of stuff that made, okay, hey, we need this seed to sale system. We can only use these giant corporations because we trust them and they're irradiated weed. That's shady, man.
I think the example, like I stated earlier, is Florida has never allowed recreational home grow. And the amount of millions of dollars invested, it's a big population, a big market. So obviously it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of lobbying against home grow because it's not allowed there yet. But I don't see the tables turning in a state like Colorado, California, wherever they actually allow legal home grow, where they're going to try and be like, oh, we're going to take this away from you guys now.
What if it's federal law? That's why I had to behave myself so much when the feds came. Because even though I was doing absolutely nothing wrong, the state guy, the guy from Colorado Drug Task Force, I could have told him whatever. The Fed guy, he can bust me for growing one plant because it's illegal to grow one cannabis plant that's over 3.3%.
Here's why it works in summary for me. It's basically, like I stated before, before and after any change with rescheduling, you are still doing the same exact thing. You're growing a Schedule 1 substance at your house, and it's never going to change unless it's descheduled. That being said, I know plenty of growers used to operate under 100 plant, 99 plant rule. Stay below the 99, man. The feds are not interested with their resources in a grow tent, a 2-light grow room. There's no like they're not going to be like, oh,
your advice is to stay below 99 plants. So you don't get it. So you'll only get a year and a half in jail. In state.
No, I remember that back in the day. To
not get a 5-year minimum mandatory in federal prison. That's not what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to just have some home growers' rights to have ourselves a 4x4. And if God forbid that house caught fire, and you don't end up going to jail for it, And it's these.
I agree. We have at DGC that actually have had this exact situation happen, and they had to fight for their home insurance because they had a little tiny home grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So back to these people, though, man. The people that are, and by the way, you talk about federal law. This is the Trump whisperer right here. You don't think that she is. She's the one. It's not federal Schedule 1. It's Schedule 3, which means it's ripe for big pharma to come in and take it. But you don't think that she's already helping write federal policy. Her and Joe Rogan. Wasn't he there too? It is insane. It is insane.
They're slow walking me, Joe. They're slow walking me.
But the really crazy thing, Grambo, I don't want to get this wrong. Will you click the MJ Biz Daily article? Says bribery trial. Husband of True Leaf CEO bragged about medical cannabis pull. The now husband of True Leaf CEO Kim Rivers boasted about how a political connection helped the company obtain one of the first vertically integrated license to sell medical cannabis in Florida, according to a 2016 conversation with an undercover FBI agent. So this guy went to jail. Didn't he go to jail for over 2 years for racketeering, extortion, fraud, and making false statements? Dude, that's the guy. Unbelievable, right?
Another way to say that is they were successful at corruption.
Yes, it is. And by the way, man, I went to school in Tallahassee. It is students at Florida State University and politicians that show up when Congress is in session. By the way, it does. If you look at the Tallahassee state and the House, rather, and then you look at the Capitol, it looks like a cock and bulls. Really does, man. Grandpa, you should Google it. But they show up, and these are good old boys, man. These are good old boys. So I think they'd be glad to take a meeting and run up a $600 bar tab at the steakhouse. Yeah, I don't know, man. I do know. I know exactly how it works.
Yes.
Shady.
Sounds like politics. Sounds like politics to me, Scotty. Sounds right on point.
Business as usual. I'm really concerned because meanwhile, the vertically integration means that you have to do everything. You own the stores and you own everything from the stores to the grow and all in between. And they're trying to say that's a supply chain issue where you need to hold that inventory and make sure that it never gets contaminated. I got another story we'll do some other time about how they just lobbied so that you don't have to tell people that the weed's been irradiated when you sell it to them. We'll get into it. Just watch who's making the laws.
Yeah.
I don't know what we can do about it.
Give me some comments. I could be jaded, guys. My whole growing career, I lived in Colorado where it was legal. Now I live in Canada where it's federally legal, so I don't have any fear. It kind of stinks if you're in a state where you're not allowed to grow on the rec side. And I get it, Scotty. You don't want that weight over your shoulders. Some people just don't want to think about being a criminal at any level. So, but yeah, let me know. What are your grower rights where you're at, man? Give me some comments below.
Heck yeah, right on, dude.
All right, let's take it to some laughs, man. And if you guys have laughed, if you've learned anything today, had a good time learning with us about growing, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Know what we got going on. But now it's time to go into Scotty's feed. I don't have a feed, right? I like a feed. What do you got?
Come on, let's get into Scotty's life. Okay, man. I was hanging out a couple nights ago and the wife comes in and she goes, we should watch this show together. We should watch this. And it was called The Accused. And it was like one of her murder shows or whatever. The women love the murder stuff, but it was like it was a TV show. And sure enough, I'm watching it and it is about this guy that his wife is super busy and doesn't have time for him. So she gets him a sex robot. And it is like in the near future. You can't tell how far away the future is, You're like, this could be like any time. And then I'm like sitting there, I'm like, dude, why did she want to watch this with me? Is she trying to tell me something?
It's time for your sex robots.
There you go. Look, she ordered me that thing. Take a look.
It's not bad.
Not
What
just
is
kidding.
happening?
That's the art.
What is happening? Grambo,
God.
click that top one. What is
This one?
happening? Yeah, is this real? Yeah, in Russia, they're really creepy about him. It got us down the rabbit hole of just humanoid robots in general.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, it didn't end good for the characters at the end of it. Grandpa, that is almost ready for you.
Die straight. I have a hard rule.
God,
never.
God.
But I encourage all of you to date AI.
Banner just looked in the counter and it's empty. Nice guy Kenny showed up. He couldn't wait to come grab that bud, man. He's so proud of that.
What do you need to do with it?
And I have no idea. Just give handfuls out to anyone that shows up at his house. And all right, there we go, man. That's my little what's going on in Scotty's world. Hey, what is going on inside this next place, Grambo?
I'm still horrified right now.
Yes. What is going on?
This spot right here?
Yeah, what's going on inside finger licking? I want to know.
I don't know.
It's all the building says is finger licking. Are you going in?
Yeah.
I'm going.
You're reminding me with me and my kid were road tripping up off the interstate. He saw it was It was a toy store with an adult arcade, and my boy's 21. But he's like, "What's up with the adult arcade? What's up with the adult arcade?" I'm like, "I don't know. You want to go?" He's like,
No, not with you, Dad. You wait in the car.
Not with nobody. Not know-how."
Hey, Grambo, I don't care what's going on at finger licking. It's going to be weirder where me and you go, bro.
Apparently, Scott has purchased tickets to go see Gore.
Gwar. We are going to see Gwar. Banner, I got one extra ticket, man. You coming?
Oh, my God.
It's a lot like The Dead, but a little different.
We should probably cut.
I cannot wait to go to this show with you, Grambo. I cannot wait to go to this show with you.
It's not for another few months. We will. I'll have some back. And just another reason to go create an account over on realdgc.com. I'll be posting some of the Scotty blood sporting videos over there.
Yeah. So I went to a Gwar show and I didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah.
And I was just came out covered in blood and whatever, the blood that comes from the,
They're legit.
Yeah.
They're
We're going to have a great time. Go to Gwar. If you're in Denver, go to Gwar, will you?
Isn't this the newest member of Gwar right here?
Yeah, that's right, man. Dude, that's cool. Hey, we have the meme section still over on realdgc.com. It's still active. Who did this one, man? Ohio.
Yeah.
Shout out Ohio.
Hey, Banner, this next one, just really quick, man. Banner found this one. It is called Sri Lanka arrests 22 Buddhist monks allegedly carrying over 110 kilos of cannabis at the airport.
Okay.
Dude, that is a decent cover, right?
Yeah, it's pretty decent, but they don't. They've seen them all.
Yeah, for you Americans, that's 11 pounds. So a decent amount.
And dude, Grambo, just click this last one, dude. Everybody wants to mountain bike. This one's called F mountain biking. Watch this.
All right, you ready for this, dude?
Dude.
Yeah, I'm option.
It's real.
I'm too pretty to die.
Okay.
I love her face of like I'm cute and having fun, and then it just goes to like real life.
Dude, her damn dog. I blame the damn dog.
Damn dog.
Oh my God.
Let's start with I'm the safety guy. No helmet to start with.
Who needs a helmet?
Oh my God.
Dude, that made me, I was like, the hell with that crap, man. No, I'm good, sir.
Well, you can treat that with some sativa.
Yeah, she's going to need some Namblin almanols.
I Googled the sativa we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
And
do they come in gummy bear flavor?
Well, they help muscle stiffness and spasms, which she's going to need.
Spasticity. It's also known as spasticity.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Good stuff, guys and girls.
Yeah. You guys enjoyed hanging out? Come hang out with us Wednesday, 4:20 Mountain Time on realdgc.com. Free account to come join the conversation. It is uncensored. It is a rather active chat. People sharing pics of it grow. It's a good time. It's a party.
And if you can't make it there, I was just going to say, if you can't make it there, man, check out that Wednesday show is a good one. It's over on realdgc.com for the members.
Yes, thank you, DDC producers. Banner, thank you. Grambo on the board. Scotty Real. Stay higher, y'all.
Great hanging out on this Saturday morning, boys. I'll catch you soon. I'll catch you Wednesday.